don't know about you, but my memory is full of holes these days. I can't remember anything, and the memories that I do have seem to get more and more inaccurate as time goes by. The only way I can get a good memory out of my head is if I sit down and collect my thoughts. But I can't remember the last time I had enough time to do that. What was I talking about again? So, some good news for those of us prone to forgetfulness, and even better news for those of us who gain delight in bringing back painful memories in others. Researchers have figured out a way to retrieve memories in mice by shining a blue light in their eyes. Maybe we should add blue to traffic lights in Southern California so people remember how to use their turn signals. Here's a brief overview as cobbled together after reading an article in Science News, which gives an overview of an article in Nature. And have you ever read an article in Nature? It sounds like some flaky granola rag, but those articles are dense. It's like the New Yorker, but the articles are longer and have an actual focus. Here we go. So, scientists at the Yale School of Medicine took a bunch of mice. Some of these mice had genes suggesting that the rodents had Alzheimer's. They then scared the mice with an electric shock when the mouse entered a specific cage or some other horrible atrocity. The mice who didn't have Alzheimer's remembered the cage and would freeze stiff before entering. The poor dementia-ridden mice would forget about the cage and just walk right in, get shocked. Horrible. Yale. Considering how George W. Bush went there, they must have a real thing for torture. Okay, so the mice forgot a memory, just like the best of us. The scientists determined that the forgetfulness didn't stem from a storage problem in the brain, but a retrieval problem. Kind of like the FBI and iPhones. Furthermore, the scientists, and this is the cool part to me, figured out where exactly in the brain the memory was stored. They then injected a virus which was designed to activate the gene in the specific memory cells regarding the cage of horror. This gene would then grow these like stem things to help the cell retrieve the memory when exposed to blue light. So when blue light would activate this gene, stems would grow and it's supposed to help the mouse remember. So the scientists shone the blue light in the eyes of the forgetful mice, and then almost miraculously, the mouse would remember that the cage of horror was the cage of horror and freeze in terror, only to have the fear forever burned in their brains and their children vowing to wage an endless war against us. Politics aside, this is pretty promising for Alzheimer's patients, and kind of cool for us fans of the Men in Black franchise. How many of those are there? I forget.
Guests of the Science Report stay at the Radisson Hotel, located on the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The Radisson, raising expectations and sea levels.